Hello, everyone. It is November 4th, 2024. Tomorrow is Election Day. You might be confused, though, because this video is going to be uploaded after Election Day. Now, I'm going to be out of town for, well, I have a lot of convoluted obligations which are going to make me unable to upload this video immediately following or immediately prior to the election. And so I'm just going to upload it after the fact. I'll probably upload it, once the results have kind of came in and we can evaluate how well of a prediction I did. But this is going to be my only take. I'm only doing one prediction. These are going to be my rock solid predictions, and they're just going to be based off of my own personal calculations, my own intuitions, my own foreknowledge of the events. That is what these predictions are going to be based off of, and I'm extremely confident that I'm going to end up being correct, that I'm going to be vindicated by whatever these results ultimately are. But know that even if I am incorrect, I'm still going to upload this video. So, don't assume just because I'm uploading this after the election that that I wouldn't have uploaded it had I been incorrect. No, this is going to be pretty good indication of my predictive abilities, even in something as convoluted with so many variables that is seemingly forecastable as a presidential election, and the respective Senate and House elections as well. So well, what do I think is going to happen? Well, let me clarify. I'm interested in politics, but more from like a descriptivist angle. More, I just like to watch how these sort of features, how these sorts of events are occurring. Yeah, and that way I'm interested in politics. I don't really care about I'm not going to be making any, this is not who I want to win. This is not who I want to win. This is not what I want to happen. It's not necessarily what I not want to happen. I'm giving my predictions irrespective of my preferred outcome. And I'm thinking, I'm hoping that, when these predictions are, ultimately proven correct, that I'm going to develop sort of a track record, and, hopefully I'll be able to, in the future, get my predictions out before the election so people can be informed about these sorts of things. And I hope they also kind of serve as a proof of concept of the, of my, of the super intelligence methodology, the whole kind of usage of this, just the whole kind of proof of concept of this YouTube channel. I do feel bad. I do genuinely hurt. I haven't been making as many videos as I've been hoping. I've had a lot of things I've had to do recently. I'm even yeah, I had that one video this was like 2 months ago, and I didn't even see it until apparently at one point I woke up in the middle of the night and I didn't remember who I was. I didn't even I had no I had no memory of anything about any facet of my personal identity. I was, I looked at my phone and I didn't even recognize my own face, right? But I got into my phone and I uploaded that video, and you can see this video was a while ago. But I didn't even see that video had been uploaded on I'm presuming what happened is I, fell back asleep that night in a state of sort of shock, and I woke up and then I forgotten that I had forgotten that. And then so, I checked on my YouTube channel a few weeks later and I found that I had this YouTube video of me, having this memory psychotic break. And, yeah, so after that incident, I realized, that wasn't like, I'm not gonna be, that was kind of a sign to me that my intuition was trying to tell me that I need to get back to these videos, that even in spite of my busy schedule, there's still knowledge and value to be grasped in making these sorts of videos. And so I'm going to be, that was kind of a wake-up call that I, should be checking on the YouTube channel. Even if, it's not something that I anticipate to happen in the future. It easily could. But yeah. So anyways, on to my predictions. First prediction, and, well, I was going to say you want to be sitting down for this. It's going to hurt some of the people, but, seeing as I'm not going to get this out until after the election, unfortunately, you already know. But my first prediction is that Donald Trump is going to carry the Electoral College. I believe he's going to win. I think he's going to... Okay. I believe the national environment is less conducive to Dems than we think. I think there's going to be a pretty big... I want to say like 5.8 percentage point popular vote shift. And I think Trump is going to win the Electoral College and the popular vote. And I think he's going to carry all 7 of the current contested swing states in all the forecasts. I think that puts him at 312 electoral votes. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty bad result for the Democrats. But it's going to be worse nationally than I think it is in the swing states, or it's going to be the point where there was even a narrow window, it looks like, for Harris to have won the Electoral College and lost the popular vote. And I think, there's going to be lots of different theories as to why that happened. I think concern. You can kind of speculate as to what they would be. I'm not a prescriptive. I'm not trying to, give people better strategy. My thought is it's just going to be, it's going to be the economy. Presumably it's going to be anti-incumbency sentiment, which has been all across the globe, but it's going to be directed towards the, Biden administration and, of course, Harris's role within that administration. And I think that's going to end up hurting them. But I think before those reasons, the results in the 2 respective houses of Congress are going to be less extensive. I think my feeling is they're going to lose the Senate 53-47. And I think the 2, optimistic looking races, the 2 races that I think, in the most optimistic case, it looks like Republicans will control 51. I think what's going to happen is they're going to win in states in which they lost the Electoral College. I think a lot of that's going to be because certain voters are going to be predisposed to not vote for people who vote Trump are not going to vote down ballot. And I think that's going to carry the Wisconsin Senate race, which is a swing state they believe they're still going to lose. And so, but I think they're going to lose in PA and they're going to lose in Ohio, and obviously they're losing, Tester, and they're losing the West Virginia. So there's going to be 2 pickups for Republicans, or no, there's going to be 4 pickups. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and then I think in the House, I don't want to give an exact margin on the House, but it seems pretty clear. It seems overwhelmingly there is a narrow road for victory. I'm seeing of perhaps 2% for Democrats in the House, but I'm confident enough that there is going to end up being a majority. In the House, I have a pretty good model of what's going to happen there, but it would just take so much effort to explain and justify it. So just anticipate the Democrats will actually probably gain seats on net after the midterm performance, but they're going to be no better off. So anyways, but they're not going to gain control. So Trump's going to have all 3. He's going to have all 3 branches of Congress with perhaps like a 1.5 point electoral college. Not a popular vote win. And I think this is a pretty. You'll see how the results pan out, and I think it's going to look pretty good come election night. Again, these are not my political opinions. I have thoughts on these people, but it's more like their psychological dispositions. I think. Once you're kind of at a level where the sorts of things that when you're at a level of capacity, as someone who has super intelligence you're gonna kind of be at this level where if how do I put this? The sort of political concerns of people beneath you are going to seem kind of futile, and so the main important issues that occur in politics they're much more strategic, and they're much more about from an egoist perspective, they're much more about attainment of power. And so it's more like, which individuals can I manipulate and utilize to score up, to profit? Which of the individuals is going to be more conducive to my aims? And not, which one's going to change the tax policy, because those sorts of, if you're worried about taxes, if you're worried about, money, if you can't attain enough money to do what you want to do, if you can't to the point where even regardless of taxes, you can't do what you want to do, then you're just not at the level of the super intellectual, if that makes sense. And so I don't think, and so I'm not, yeah, I'm more so going to if I were to give an evaluation of what I think of, if I'm happy or not, it would, for one, it would give up strategic games. There are people watching these videos, um, who are in on the inner circle, and they don't, I don't want to give away let them glean some of my thinking on these sorts of issues of, the power politics going on in the background. But no, yeah, that there are implications of this in terms of the games I'm sort of playing in the background that I haven't, yet keyed you guys in on. And yeah, I think regardless of the result, I'm gonna end up on top regardless. Okay, so anyways, that was the next election. Uh, I'll make more videos, I guess. Bye.